Yeah, guys. Hi, Kit Kats. How are you? I'm good, thank you. If you notice, my setup's a bit different today. I'm actually staying in the spare bedroom because my bedroom's getting redecorated. If you also followed my social medias and you saw last week's video, you'll be aware that I've had tonsillitis. And I've just got my voice back now, so yay! Anyway, I'm going to be doing the anime tag. So, and there are about 22 questions in this tag, so let's begin. And I've got my trusty laptop here as well with my George on it, and my heart decorations, and it also goes with my DAB radio. Now, question one is, who is your favourite male anime character? Now, I would have to say my favourite male anime character would have to be Ryu, also known as Elliot in Tokyo Mew Mew. He is like a secondary sort of character. And a spoiler alert, I also love his alter ego. Is it Alto? I just love it, and he's really handsome. Even for he's an anime character, he's really handsome, and he's got really like deep backstory, and he's just really cute. And yeah, so he's my favourite male character. Question two: who's your favourite female anime character? My favourite female anime character would probably have to be Amy Rose. I actually cosplayed her last, I think, was it October at MCM Comic Con, the London one, and I love the way she looks. She's got lovely pink bob hair, and the way she swoons over Sonic is just brilliant. Her one hit wonder liners, and she has her hammer as well, and it's really beautiful, and it's just her love for Sonic, it's just wicked. And even though she's like not your typical damsel in distress character, but literally everything she would do for Sonic is just brilliant. So Amy Rose is my favourite female character. Question three: what is your favourite anime soundtrack? Now, there's a lot of animes that have really good music, and one of them obviously being Pokemon. All the series are just brilliant. The music in the anime, I remember when I used to watch it growing up, especially Pikachu's Goodbye, I was blobbering my eyes out, and Butterfree as well. Oh, it's beautiful. But I also like Maid Summer, Special A. That's got a really good soundtrack as well. But probably Pokemon. Question four: what is your favourite anime opening sequence? Again, I would have to give this title probably to Pokemon. But if you follow May like I do, the Battle Frontier is probably the best intro you could watch. I think it's series 10, and the guy who sings it sounds just like Drew, and oh my god, I just love it. It's my favourite opening sequence. It's just brilliant. Question five: what is your favourite anime ending sequence? You see, I've watched a lot of anime on YouTube, and I try to watch it a lot on Netflix. And things like streaming websites, they kind of cut out the ending, or the next episode will play after a certain period of time. But Special A had actually quite good ending sequences. I'll probably put a couple in the description. So I'll probably have to say Special A because they're the ones I've actually listened to. And the voice actors for the characters actually sing the different sequences. So I thought that's just a brilliant idea. Question number 6. Anime scene would probably have to be one of the kisses. In probably Maid Summer. Sort of when they kiss each other, I think that's really brilliant. And also when he jumps off the school roof and gets her picture, and obviously all the hugging scenes, and also when he opens the door and Misa is on the table and he sort of like hits the guy or something. I just thought it was really powerful because they like seem to be like sync like personalities or something, so I thought that was really good. Question number 7: If you could meet one anime character, who would it be? If I could meet one anime character, would probably have to be Ryu. Like I said, he's so really handsome, and he turns into a cat. Like, I know, spoiler. Sorry guys, I haven't seen it, but literally he turns into a cat, and he's just handsome, and he's just got such a backstory, and I just want to like go behind him and give him like a hug, like the anime girls do. And if Zoe doesn't want him, that's I know from the English version, or Chico, if she doesn't want him, I'll have him. I know Lettuce likes him, but I'll have him. But yeah, I would love to meet him and go on a date. And also, what's his name? From Maid Summer. He's hot as well, pretty hot as well. So I can't meet them. Blondes. I actually like brunettes, but blondes and anime, they do it for me. Anyway, moving on. Question number 8. What is your favourite thing about anime? My favourite thing about anime is how, no matter what happens in the story, the characters seem to have like superpowers, and real life reality doesn't seem to affect them. So if you've seen the ending of Special A, they like jump into the air. And like the guy in Special A, the guy in Maid Summer, I can't remember his name, sorry, doesn't jump off the roof, and it's just how they can do like the impossible, but it's like possible for them. And it's like gravity doesn't exist in anime, so I just love that. And also the girls have really cute high-pitched voices, and the guys are just so hot, like well done, anime, the creators of anime, you've done well. Anyway, swiftly moving on. Question number 9. What's your least favourite thing about anime? Probably the plot holes. This might sound a bit random and a bit odd, but a lot of animes that I've watched, a lot of the one called was it Ika Gorita or something? No, Boca Gorita. They literally doesn't have closure, and it's like they start a plot on something and then it'll just go off into another plot, and not like a plot hole but more like closure, so you don't seem to get closure, and then you expect to have like another season and you don't get it, and then they start with the other two characters and then you don't really get a backstory of them. So hopefully that makes sense, but it's like plot holes and closure basically that it seems to lack. But I still love my anime and I still like watching it, and I just hope they make season 2s, all the ones that don't have the plot lines. And I know obviously a lot of them are made are written from mangas, so I know a lot of people are like, I'll read the manga then if you want to know it, so maybe I should read some more manga. But please either do a season 2 or finish the plot holes. Anyway, moving on. Question number 11. What anime would make a good video game? Do you know what? I think Maid Summer. I don't know if they exist in Japan itself or if I've just lagged from what I've seen, but I think they should make a Maid Summer or Tokyo Mew Mew game. Based on just the girls being maids and having like the alter ego, or having the different coloured outfits, and then you can sort of dress the maids and flirt with the guys and everything. I think that'd just be quite quirky and cool to do, and rather on a phone app sense, actually make it for like the PlayStation or Nintendo DS. There's a lot of girls have Nintendo DS. I have Nintendo DS, or the Wii is quite fun. So yeah, do a maid style game. Question number 12. What was the first anime you ever watched? Well, if we don't include Pokemon or Sonic X, which is actually an anime, and obviously Digimon, all those ones, the first one I officially watched was Tokyo Mew Mew, and that was on was it Fox Kids? It was on a channel called Pop Girl or Fox Kids, I can't remember. And I was off at school, I was about 15 at the time, and I thought it was just a cartoon. and it's actually called Mew Power. So I used to watch that like all the time. Then I really got into it. Then I found out it was actually from Japan, that are known as an anime. So at the time I didn't know what anime was, and I fell in love with it. And then I found out about another anime called Maid Sama, which is about a girl being a maid part-time, and used to, like, going to a school that used to be all boys, and she doesn't want anyone to find out that she's a maid because she doesn't want it to ruin her reputation as the school president, blah blah blah. So basically Maid Sama was my first sort of chosen anime, if that makes sense. So Maid Sama. Question number 13. Do you ever think you'll stop watching anime? Well, yes and no. There's such a big, bright horizon. There's a broad horizon of different genres. I currently like watching like Magical Girl, you know, like the maid style ones, the tsundere is it called? You know, like the love-hate sort of style relationship style animes. And there's such a big, broad horizon, like I said. So yes and no. I watch a lot of K-drama as well, and like Asian dramas, so it depends what mood I'm in really, but I still love anime, and I'll still watch more animes, and more animes keep getting written and released, like Yuri on Ice. I got into that as well, and there's some animes I haven't watched before, others I'm planning to watch, and more animes coming out as we speak. So yeah, I will probably. But probably not continuously, probably here and there. Question number 14. What was your first genre of anime? Well, I watched a lot of, like I said, Magical Girl mainly, but like the maid style ones. I don't know what you would call the genre, but you know, like the maids, but probably Magical Girl, I'd have to say. Question number 15. What is your least favourite genre of anime? Horror. There are famous ones: Attack on Titans, Tokyo Ghoul, and Vampire Night, is it? And Death Note, obviously. They're very popular, well-known ones. A lot of people talk about it in the mainstream anime, and they're obsessed with it. A lot of people dress up as the characters for conventions, and everyone just goes on and on about it. And like horror, as sad as it sounds, I actually haven't watched any of them. I've seen a clip from Vampire Note, and I've watched like half an episode of Death Note, and it's not for me. I don't like horror. Now, I don't mind serial killer movies or, you know, like thrillers, but when it comes to anime horror, I don't know what it is about Japan, but it's horrific. It's quite gory for my liking. I know it's like animation, but still, and it's just not weird, but it's just a bit scary really. So no, I won't watch horror. Like I said, I'm all happy. Magical Girl, I like, you know, happy butterflies and bunnies and bubbles and pink and pastels. You know, happy ha 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 cats and stuff. Horror is a no-go for me. So sorry if I offend anyone, but I really don't like horror. Right, question number 16. Are you open about watching anime with people you know? Yes. I work with children in nursery, and I talk about I like watching anime to like my co-workers, and my friends are quite cool with it, you know. A couple of them actually watch anime, which is quite fun. And my brother, we grew up with Pokemon and Digimon, and he'll watch Pokemon with me now and then, and like play the games and stuff. And my parents, my mum thinks it's a bit odd, but you know, she's sort of understanding that I like it. And my dad's just like, you know, if you're happy sort of attitude. So yeah, it's quite nice. Some people think it's a bit weird, but that's me. I just say it's quirky, you know. And if they don't like it, then it's their choice, you know. It's not my decision, and you know, it's my life at the end of the day, and if I watch it, so what, you know, they don't have to watch it. So yeah. Question number 17. Have you ever been to Japan? Sad to say I haven't actually, no. But me and one of my girls are planning to go next April. So we're going to go for the cherry blossom season. and we're planning to go for 2 weeks, and we're going to go to Osaka, Kyoto and Japan. We're going to spend 5 days in Osaka and do like a day trip to Kyoto, and then I think 12 days, no, 9 days in Tokyo, and we're also going to do 2 Disney parks, Sanrio Pure Land. I'm going to go to the Studio Ghibli Museum. We're going to do Universal as well, so we've got loads planned. We're going to do the quirky side and the more side of like temple shrines and everything. And I'm going to try and fit in about 8 or so cat cafes. So yeah, and I'm actually going to be vlogging my whole holiday. So I've got my second YouTube channel, Neko Georgie Diaries, and that's where I post all my vlogs. So I'll link that in the description. But fingers crossed. We've reserved our hotels and stuff. We just need to book our flights and save up spending money and buy all our tickets, and then we'll be going to Japan. Yay! Question number 18. What was your biggest letdown for you? Your anime letdown? Probably a lot of animes don't have enough kissing scenes, especially like the tsundere, you know, where the love-hate things. You wait like 10 episodes and then they have like a quick kiss in the last episode, and it like they big up this big deal, like, you know, like Toradora as well, you know, like it's this big thing, and then they just kiss like 2 minutes before the show ends. So things like that, that's like a bit let down. It's like a cliffhanger and then it just ends, sort of thing. Like you go, well, oh, was that all? Sort of thing. So yeah, I'll probably have to say like romantic scenes, like especially kissing scenes, can be a big letdown. Question number 19. What anime was better than you expected? What anime was better than I expected? Probably Sailor Moon, actually. Like, I wasn't really into Sailor Moon when I was younger. I'm 28, so I was, like, Sailor Moon came out in the late 90s, so I was quite young, and a lot of people a bit younger than me actually like Sailor Moon now. And I started to get into it about 3 or 4 years ago, and I just thought, you know, when you had so much hype about a show, I just thought, oh, it's just one of those, you know, shows again, you know, those girls fighting ones, typical, you know, fighting girl shows, even though I love that genre. And I started watching it, I thought, this is a bit cheesy. And as the show progressed, I started to get really into it. And obviously I watched the English dub version, not the original Japanese version, the subbed one. And I was just like, oh, alright then. But yeah, I started to get really into it, and then my love for Magical Girl anime grew and grew. And even the soundtrack's really good, and I've even filmed myself a cover of the theme song in English and singing My Only Love as well. So yeah. Question number 20. What is the best anime fight scene? Well, considering I watch a lot of girly anime and especially Magical Girl, the fight scenes, they happen quite a lot, but you know, like the epic battles you have, I would probably have to say Smile Precure. No, I actually haven't watched Smile Precure itself. I've watched the English dub, which came out on Netflix, called Glitter Force, and I thought it was really good. I'm actually planning to watch all the Smile Precure, all the Precure series, but because I haven't really watched them, considering I'm a Magical Girl person, I know. So that fight scene was quite epic for me, and probably Sonic X. I just love Sonic X, and you know, oh my god, if you watch it in English, you know, you're like, okay, you know, this is quite cheesy, this is a bit childish, but if you watch it in the anime, the subtitled one, the actual Japanese original, you'll be crying and blubbering your eyes out. You know, no spoilers, but seriously, it is very, very emotional. Question 21. Who is your anime waifu? My waifu would probably have to be Hikari from Special A, or Amy Rose, or Misaki from Maid Summer. They're all just heroines, and they're just fight, you know, their battles. They don't need a guy as well. And you've got, or for two of them, you've got these guys that like them, but they're just like, I don't care, I just fight my battles, do you know what I mean? And then one of them is like after a guy, but they're strong women, you know, tough, strong women, and they fight those battles, and they're heroines. So yeah, they're my probably three waifus, but my main girl would probably be Amy Rose. And finally, the last question is, what was your favourite video game as a child? Probably Sonic. I just love the music, the format of the games, and all the different levels you can do. I just think it's brilliant. And I even have what's it called? One of the levels, was it the Marble Zone? As my ringtone, and I just like it. Da 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 da. Anyway, I just love that very much. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching my awkward but anime tag. Feel free to comment who your favourites are, and I would love to see who your favourite anime characters are and your themes and everything as well. And all my social medias are in the description as well. And feel free to like, comment, and please subscribe to see more of my quirkiness and more of my content. And I'll see you guys next Sunday for another video. Anyway, take care. Bye.